Hello, everybody. Today we're in the heart of Woodbridge. We're here down at the Big Cannoli, having a nice espresso. You just missed the cannolis. Yeah, Bruno had a few. Today we want to talk about Bruno Nesci. A lot of people, if you know of him or don't know of him, Bruno is one of the best Elvis impersonators around. I've known Bruno for quite a few years, and Bruno's a big pillar in our community. He gives a lot of his time when he's not doing his own thing for the Elvis impersonation world. He gives a lot of time back to seniors' homes, people that are less fortunate, sick kids' hospitals. You've done a lot of events, and you've given up a lot of your time for these events. Can you give us your story, Bruno? Where did you start? What made you start all this?
Well, Alfonso, it's a long story. I don't think we have enough time on camera to do this, but we're gonna give you the short end. Family's been in the restaurant business for 100 years, and 24 years ago, come New Year's, I was at my family's restaurant, and another impersonator came in at the time. I liked what he did. I loved the way the reaction on the people's faces. So I decided I'm gonna try this. 24 years later, I'm still doing it.
You do a great job at it.
I love, it's not a job, it's my passion, it's my life, and I can make a living from doing it.
It shows, it really shows.
I've done countless and numerous events from day one that I started for different foundations and different fundraisers. And I've loved every minute of it because, especially when it comes to the less fortunate, you know what, you can't do everything based on a dollar. You know, you make money, yeah, you make money because you got to live.
It's about giving back.
But everything even when I'm on stage, it's about giving back. I don't know what that person's problems are at home. And if I made that person smile, even for 5 minutes that night, I feel like I got paid $1 million.
That's fantastic. That's exactly how.
And that's how I feel about when I'm giving back to the community. You know what? A free concert doesn't kill me, doesn't hurt me. But you know what? It's giving back in a positive way, especially in your community. Why not?
Bruno, thanks for what you do. So, Bru, do you remember the very first time you came on stage? Were you nervous? Weren't you nervous? Where was it?
As I was saying, it all happened at my parents' restaurant. I was on. My parents had no idea. So.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was crazy. So we had a piano player, God rest his soul, who taught me how to sing, who taught me a lot. And he was South American from Chile, but he was my Elvis. I didn't know who Elvis was. He was my Elvis. He was everything for me, that guy, and he taught me everything. So he taught me, my first song was Teddy Bear and Don't Be Cruel. So you know, Teddy Bear and Don't Be Cruel.
Two of my favorites.
And what happened was, he knew what we were doing for New Year's. He knew what I was planning. So full house, New Year's Eve. Upstairs, downstairs, rammed with people. At the time I was taking karate. So I decided, I'm gonna do this. So I walk upstairs, I go home, getting ready for New Year's. I was 8 years old. Walk upstairs, a white karate pants, a white dress shirt, and I walked into my mom's closet. I'll never forget this. My mother's closet, she had a big round gold belt. That thing was bigger than any belt Elvis wore.
So you improvised as you went along?
I went based on pictures. I saw Elvis wearing a gold belt, so I didn't care if it was gold or if it was plastic. As long as it looked gold, it was great. So I put all this stuff in a shopping bag because I didn't want my parents to know. Actually, there was a pair of white shoes that were my mom's, but they fit.
I see where this is going.
I went upstairs. So I told Jesus, the guy who was playing for us, I said, listen, when I'm ready, I'm gonna flash a flashlight at you.
Wow, 8 years old, and you had all this going through your head.
Yeah, because I wanted it to be a surprise. So I go upstairs to the office, I change, I get into the mirror, I flash this light. The piano player stops the music instantly. People are dancing, just boom, stops. He goes, you know, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry to stop the music, but I got a surprise for you. My mom and my dad come out of the kitchen. My dad's scratching his head going, what the heck is going on? All of a sudden he goes, now live here at Fabrizia, Elvis. And he starts, pa-ram-pam, pa-ram-pam. And I come down the stairs with this white suit on, gold belt. My dad looks and he's shaking his head going, oh no. My dad goes, what does this kid know about singing? The people went bananas. And that's all I needed. To know that my life was going to be about Elvis.
So, Brew, I've known you for quite some time, and I love the Elvis impersonator that you do. You've won a lot through Kleinberg, Schaumburg, Alliston. You've killed it all the way into the U.S., and you've been coming in first place. But is there a certain attraction? Because for a young guy like you, what do you know about Elvis? That's more my era.
Not even your era. We're young bucks. What do we know about Elvis? Come on.
Why Elvis? That's what I want to know.
Elvis. Okay, so when I started, it wasn't about Elvis. It wasn't. It wasn't about Elvis. So when I started in this business, it was about that other impersonator I met. Because I didn't know at the time who Elvis was. I just knew this guy that came into our restaurant who jumped around, danced around. I didn't know who Elvis was.
Was it Eric Evangelista by any chance?
No, it wasn't.
He's
Eric.
Another Eric Elvis impersonator as well.
Eric is one of the best in Canada. There's no doubt about it. You know, I knew about this impersonator. I didn't know who Elvis was. And so as a joke, I started as Elvis. You know what I said? I was singing for fun. I'd grab the microphone from my dad and I'd sing a few songs for fun. But what happened was I got attracted to this guy in a jumpsuit who made those people happy. Once I did a little bit of history and research on New Year's, 24 years ago, was the first time I grabbed the microphone as Elvis. Then the work really started. I had to know who Elvis was, why a jumpsuit, why his hair.
If I may add, your costumes, you've got them bang on. The moves, the sound, you've got that same sound.
It's years of work.
That's why I asked.
So,
for a young buck like you, you're doing a spectacular job.
Elvis was a man. He was a human like us. There was no difference. People call him immortal. He's not immortal. His music and his lifestyle will be immortal. His passion that he projected to people will be immortal. But he was a regular person like us. But it's not only the music that attracted me or the performance. Once you got to know who Elvis was, it was all about giving back. You know what? As much as, yeah, he was making $1 million a year at the International Hotel. But just like the Elvis movie, there was a lot that wasn't mentioned. You know, he bought the Denver police or the Dallas police station, bought them all new cars, squad cars. He gave back to the community. You know, he would be buying Cadillacs for his Memphis Mafia team, and then he'd see someone who would be outside looking at a Cadillac.
Can I be part of the Memphis Mafia? You're Memphis Mafia?
You got to deal with Dreamers Entertainment first. It's the Dreamers Mafia. Then we worry about Memphis. You know, he would go outside and he would see someone who needed that car, a mother with her kids, and he'd go outside and say, "You like that car? Yeah, I love that car. Here's the keys. It's yours."
That's very generous.
You know, he would do stuff that people in this world have no idea. And I was attracted to that. I was attracted to that guy that was on stage. They say that Superman was the first superhero to wear a cape. He copied Elvis.
I agree. So we're here at the heart of Woodbridge in Market Lane at the Big Cannoli. Whenever you guys come in, say hello to Anthony. Best barista around. They got the best cannoli around. I'm going to leave the rest up to you guys. Everything is a must try in here. Bruno's going to get me 2 of everything before I leave. And we have to have another coffee.
Yeah, we have to get another coffee. The coffee here is, you're not going to get better than here in Woodbridge.
Well, I wish they could see the gelato, but we're not in gelato season because they make an amazing gelato as well.
Cannolis, bombe, sfogliatelle.
Okay, stop.
Everything.
You're making me hungry. Stop.
Everything that you could think of to get you fat and make you gain weight Italian style, you get it here. You can't get any better. You know, Val and Dina are 2 of my best friends and my biggest supporters in everything I do. Anthony is Dina's son. He runs this place like it's nobody's business. He takes care of everybody. You know what? And they're always doing stuff for the community.
That's my favorite, by the way. So when you buy me croissants, give me 2 of those.
You want the almond ones?
Yeah, that's my favorite.
Well, I'm going to make sure we get you a couple almond ones. But, you know, the Big Cannoli is always supporting the community, always doing stuff for the community.
That's absolutely true. Val and Dina, big shout out. You guys have been great advocates for the food bank. You guys give back to the community as well. We really love that. Please keep up the good work. And again, I can't stress enough, wherever you guys are, wherever you're watching from, please give back to your local food banks.